Hi everyone. I want to talk in this video a bit about the essential questions and the summary lead that you are learning about this week. Basically, this is one of the most important things you'll be learning in this class, and I want to be sure that you grasp it really well, especially before you turn in your first big outside stories. So until now, we've worked on how to come up with newsworthy ideas based on who your audience is. That's always in the front of your mind, and how to interview. So now you have lots of quotes, you have lots of facts, and you have to figure out what to do with them. So the first thing you do is to break down all of that information into your essential questions. This is where they come in. Who is doing the action? Or I should say, who is the story about? What did the who do? Where and when did the action, the what, take place? How did the what happen? Why did the what happen? These are your essential questions. The answer to these questions depend on the angle that you want to take in your story. You have some examples in this week's forum where you can focus on different who's. The police doing an action or an arrest, the person arrested, the witnesses seeing the crime, and so on. Once you've chosen your who, that is, who you think the news is about, then the what falls into place. Now turn to your sets of facts, your quotes, for your outside story, and figure out what matters. Figure out the answers to these essential questions. The answers can be ordered in lots of different ways, and most of the times this will be a subjective call. It'll be your interpretation about what is really most important in this story. What comes first is what is emphasized. That is usually what is best remembered, and usually people will go on finishing to read a lead or finishing to read a story based on what impact is created right away. So, do you want to emphasize the what, saying what a person did right away? Do you want to emphasize the why, saying something like, for these reasons, this is what the who did? You should not, however, start with the when and the where. These are typically the most unimportant elements, the most unimportant answers. And as you read more and more news, you'll see that even in some news, they might be absent, or in some of the examples that you have in your forum, maybe there's no when, or maybe there's no where. Usually in print, the where is easily taken care of by some publications by capitalizing the location, Pontiac dash, and then you have the lead. And that way you don't repeat in Pontiac or in downtown Pontiac, and you can get to the other specifics. So don't write your lead starting with today this happened or in downtown Rochester this happened. Because, as I mentioned before, what comes first is emphasized and the place and the time are the least relevant. They're important, but they're the least relevant. Of course, there may be exceptions, but try to stick to this rule for now.